Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I want to apologize for having recorded any videos in 2 days. I mean, obviously I had graduation I've told you about, but then some severe storms knocked out my TV and internet for about 2 days, so I missed Game 3 of Mavericks Timberwolves the other night, which the Mavericks won 116-107, take a 3-0 lead. But this game I wanted to talk about from last night, the Boston Celtics sweep the Indiana Pacers. So I just wanted to tell you guys where I've been. Graduation, then I didn't have TV and internet for a few days, so yeah. Let's talk about this Celtics-Pacers game from last night. The Celtics sweep the Pacers. They get a 105-102 win. The Pacers, this is another game they choked. This is a game they could have won as well. They could have easily been up 3-1 in this series. I know they didn't have Tyrese Halliburton these last 2 games, but they were winnable games. You got good contributions. Big contributions, I thought, these last 2 games from Andrew Nembhard. You got some good contribution from T.J. McConnell, really, this whole series. Obi Toppin gave you some good minutes off the bench. Siakam played okay. Naismith had a good game, but Miles Turner didn't show up. Only 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 for 6 shooting. Miles Turner, where were you at, sir? I couldn't find you. You were terrible. And the Pacers in this series, they were tied or had a lead in the final 2 minutes of 3 of their 4 games against the Celtics. One team thrived in high pressure moments and the other didn't. That just tells you just the playoff experience of these Celtics is what really got them through this series. Because, the Pacers, they didn't have that playoff experience. And it really showed in the high pressure clutch moments. And Boston really showcased their postseason experience when it mattered most. And now they're back to the finals. And it's not like the Celtics won these games by 20 points. The Pacers were not expected to make the playoffs. And the Celtics only beat them by 3 points in this game. And they come up clutch in the other few games. I mean, I know they were missing Tyrese Halliburton. Probably could have been their closer, but did they have the easiest path? Yes, but they were the 1 seed. The 1 seed always has the easiest path. They came in, did what they were supposed to do. And I know, yeah, the injuries of other teams were factors. But, hey, Celtics don't control who gets injured. Yeah, they've got lucky, but this is one of the wildest 4-0 results that I have in recent memory to me, because the Pacers could be at 3-1 if they could finish games and look after the ball. They had control of all 3. But Celtics would be a tough team to beat in the finals. But they couldn't close out games, whereas Boston could. Experience and big-time players make big-time plays. Just it is what it is. And Derek White and his dagger 3 with 45 seconds left into Indiana's season after they made their first conference finals appearance in a decade. But if you're a Pacers fan, you should still be proud of this season. To me. Because who would have expected the Pacers to make the conference finals? They had a good regular season, and they made the conference finals when nobody expected them to, and they played tough games throughout this whole series. They played tough games, just ultimately come up short. But Jaylen Brown made a game-saving block on Andrew Nembhard, and then hits Derek White for the triple to give them it actually gave them their first lead the second half. They didn't lead the whole second half until that point, and the Celtics escaped right there with a heart-stopping win. And I know Jason Tatum, he had a good series, but Jaylen Brown I thought was the MVP of this series. I mean, MVP is Brown to me, but Jason Tatum still had a really good series as well. But Jason Tatum could have got Eastern Conference Finals MVP as well. He had a great series. But Siakam, 19 points, 3 assists, 10 rebounds, 8 for 18. He had a really good postseason. He had 348 points this postseason. If they keep Siakam, they have a good chance of being back in this position next year. They need to keep Siakam. But he was probably one of their best players. Might have been their best players postseason. Naismith, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 for 11. Didn't shoot the ball well. Andrew Nembhard, 24 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 10 10 for 18 shooting. He was excellent this series, I thought. He actually got more of an opportunity to shoot the ball these last 2 games with Halliburton out, so he's becoming he's a future. He could be a future star for them. And I'm not going to say he's going to drop off next season. He was good all season. He can be a star when he gets more minutes. T.J. McConnell, 15 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. He was 7 for 16. He had a good playoffs. But that T.J. McConnell missed wide open layup in the fourth quarter last night. In the fourth quarter, in that moment, it felt like it could have been a pivotal point in the game, because Boston closed it with a 20-8 run. But TJ, he played really good this series. I mean, shit happens. I really have a whole lot of respect for him and the whole team after this playoff run. I feel like they were that one piece away from making an impact, but they just failed miserably in clutch time over and over and over. And I know that was a missed layup, but it didn't cost them the series. But Jaylen Brown, good to see him earn some recognition after we clowned him for getting that big contract. Doug McDermott, 3 points, 3 assists, 1 for 1. Isaiah Jackson, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 for 4. Obi Toppin, 12 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds, 5 for 9. Ben Shaper, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 for 4. He didn't really shoot well this series. Kind of a rough series there for the rookie. Jason Tatum, we'll go to the Celtics side now. He had 26 points, 8 assists, 13 rebounds, 11 for 26 shooting. Jaylen Brown, he had 29 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. So the Jays dominating this series. Derek White, 16 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 7 for 14, had the dagger 3-pointer. Drew Holiday, 17 points, 2 assists, 9 rebounds, 7 for 13. He had a really good series. He's probably the most underrated player that wasn't talked about in this series. Drew Holiday was great. Horford, 7 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 for 4. But most starting 5 really did most of the work. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But then Drew Holiday and Derek White making some good contributions in this series as well. Both teams kind of struggled from 3, 31% and 34%. But it's just that late run by the Celtics. Advance them to the NBA Finals. So it's really hard to say here. To be honest, they deserve the series win. This series could have been different if the Pacers actually come up clutch, but it happens. But until next time, Alkaline. Peace.